guys, welcome back to another episode of Birdies with Boynsy. Request this week from club captain here at the Weald of Kent, Neil Saunders. It's not a good one. He wants to know how he can stop shanking his half shots, his shorter shots. Let's run through a few little reasons why it might happen and a few tips to help him stop it. So for those of you who aren't aware of what a shank is, that might be a good thing for you because it's not a good shot. It's not something we want to be doing. It's when the ball doesn't come out the middle of the club and it's coming out of the hosel and going off at a 45-degree angle into some trouble. Something a bit like this. Like that. As you can see, the balls have finished nowhere near the flag. I was only 25 yards away, and because the ball has not come out the middle of the club, it's gone nowhere near the flag. So, 3 reasons that could happen. A little bit too tense in the hands, gripping it too tight, no range of movement coming through the shot. The path of the swing, it's a little bit too much from the outside, hence why the hosel is being presented at the ball first, and the weight can be too much on that trail side. Let's go back to where the balls were and have a look how we can change a few things at setup. We're back at the scene of the crime, where we've just hit the shank over to the bunker. Let's have a little look at setup and how we can do it. So the first thing I talked about, the grip. Just make sure we're gripping it a bit more lightly. It's a gentle shot, it's not going too far. We don't need to put too much power in it. So instead of gripping it and wringing its neck, just nice and gentle, nice and loose, let the hands have a little bit of movement on it. The next thing is the path. So obviously we are setting up with the ball in the middle of the club. When we are returning to it, as we've just seen on that slow-mo, the ball is not out the middle of the club. Like I said, we're coming a little bit too much outside. So one little thing for that is we can either get in a little bit closer or we can really just force working inside on that club. I would guess that if we're doing this on the shorter shots, we might be doing it on the longer shots too. So just a little bit of work on the path. I don't want to delve into that too much. The next thing about the weight transfer, because it's a shorter shot, we don't want the weight back on that far side, on that trail side. So we can preset the weight a little bit on the front side for these shorter shots. Instead of just being at 50-50, maybe 60-40 on this front side for the right-handers on their left side. So we're at the target that we want to be at, rather than staying back and trying to help it up and letting that club slide away from us. Let's see if we can hit a better shot, putting that all into practice. Oh, that would have been awesome, wouldn't it? It's just run on a little bit too far. Maybe just gave it a little bit too much. Length of backswing a little bit long. Just accelerated through. So I got a nice strike. Ball came out the middle of the club and it's just trickled on past the hole. The important thing with this is get some practice in. What you don't want to do is hit one of the shots out on the course and then be worried about it on the next hole. Make sure you get down the short game area and even just start from a short distance. Work on that inside a little bit closer to you rather than this 25 or worrying about the 50-yard shot. Do it from 10 yards. Get that ball coming out the middle of the club, Neil, and then you can work on it and take it further back. Like I said, I think keep the weight forward will probably be the most important part, and just make sure you're committing through the swing and get the strikes back in play. So thanks for that request, Neil. If anyone else has got anything they want me to look at, I know Lee Jones has sent a message in about keeping that hybrid low in the wind. We need windy conditions to do that one though, so we'll keep that one in the bag for a later date. But if anyone else has got a request, let us know and we'll get onto it. Just what I said, Neil. Practice makes perfect.